Episode 20.
Whoa.
Yay! Can you believe we made it this far? They said I bet.
Oh, God damn it. Now we have to do that bitch for the next one.
First I eat, then I kill.
Oh, my God. 1986?
I love lemon.
Why are we listening to this album if you like lemon?
Lemon.
It's not on here, is it?
I take it all back. I hate this album. Yeah.
Don't try to wheeze the weasel.
Wanna
Run to you, run to you, run to you, wanna miss you.
Holy sh**. This is episode 20. I have to give an announcement here. We've peaked at 18 subscribers. So we won. We reached our threshold of 18 subscribers. We can't get any more popular than this.
And as a reward, we're gonna do pop. It's a reward.
Should have been Abacab, but I'm not doing any more albums that I really like. So, okay, starting it off. Hopefully this is a short album. I think it is. All right, pop. Before that was Zooropa. So that seems to be the that seems to be like the middle point of U2's career, where you have sort of pop.
Like there's a theme.
You have like post-punk, alternative U2 up until Joshua Tree, and then after Joshua Tree, they started taking big creative risks, and they have their two big creative risks. Like their two biggest creative risks were Zooropa and pop, and I guess you could put Achtung Baby in there. Yeah, you could throw that. You could throw that in there, but it was a really successful risk, so people don't think of it as a risk anymore. So yeah, so that was still a risk, but it was a really successful risk. So you have Achtung
Baby
Zooropa
was one of those
pop.
albums where it still sounded like U2, but the music was different.
They were getting into funkier.
The writing was different. Like the lyrics were different. But the music was... No, I'm sorry, I did that backwards. The lyrics were kind of the same, and the music was different. So they did that thing where, I'm going to make the music...
So, like, with Achtung Baby, they were getting into... It was clearly a creative risk, but it was still basically them in essence, where what really changed there was rhythmically... And it's hard to gauge because it was a creative risk, but it was so damn good that you forgive it in retrospect. You forget in retrospect that it was a risk. I love Zooropa. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people think it was just bland. I can understand that. But then they started to go. They went like full on into the
flood,
like
Howie B and Steve
house dance aspects. So to me, it's a total half and half album. Like to me, pop is like the complete dividing line of where they went versus kind of the creative build up until then. So half of the album is. Do you have anything to say? Are you?
No, she's eating steak.
Let's plug you in.
I'm going
there.
to plug it in a minute. First I eat.
First I eat, then I kill.
Pop.
Okay.
First
Yeah,
we
the only
eat.
thing I can say about pop is I was so self-involved when this album came out. I barely knew it existed.
Really?
It just... it was a time in my life where I was just kind of like, yeah, okay. It was... I heard songs, but I didn't know what they were from or what there was going on. I had my own to deal with. I was not actively engaged in the Well, in the world, period.
So this was 1996. Yes.
Yeah, that was.
All right.
I was deeply into college and in a place where I was.
Oh my
writing
God!
papers.
1986.
Yeah. We heard it. I remember hearing it all the time. That people played it at the bar and stuff.
So here's
but
the
it
thing:
was just-
1996. I was at Iraq. I had a lot going on that year.
But yeah, this was the last
And
time.
like Forrest Gump, that is all I'm going to say about that.
This was the last time U2 was willing to change molds, was willing to take risks, and even if this album still kind of falls on its face for the most part, I still admire it because they were still reaching for something. Because after this came, so this is 97, so 97, 98, 99, 2000. So yeah, 4 years later was All You Can't Leave Behind, which is the beginning of just milquetoast.
Yeah,
U2.
they were on tour for this album for a long time, as I recall.
I mean, my thing is,
The giant lemon, where they would like come down on the stage, or the giant lemon would come out onto the stage, and it would.
Was that this one? I thought that was
Yeah.
the one before it.
It was
I don't
not
know
one of them.
anything about
Zooropa.
that, but I know Zooropa is the greatest thing ever. Zooropa is the best, and I don't care what anybody says. I will challenge you to a battle over it. Zooropa is the best.
Are you not? I think you're thinking of Octung Baby.
Okay,
Because I'm the only person who likes Zooropa.
no, you're right. You're going to edit all that out, and I'm going to say Achtung Baby is the best. It's the greatest
Zooropa.
U2 album of all time. And I never said that about that other album. Achtung Baby is the best.
Really? I thought Rattle and Hum was the best.
You're allowed to think that.
Zooropa
I
does
won't
have.
argue with it.
Zooropa
No, I
has.
was kidding.
Zooropa,
But I do like it.
I mean, there's some really good shit on there.
Zooropa
Alright.
has the best U2 lyric, which is from the song Zooropa. Zooropa. Something.
Well, that is the best lyric ever.
Wait, no. Be a winner. Eat to get slimmer. I just like that lyric. Here's
Okay.
Discotheque.
Okay.
Here we go.
I guess.
We are gonna pop it up.
Pop.
This was the one with the little tiny,
Pop,
the little
baby.
tiny German cars on their stage.
What?
You didn't know that?
Ooh. It's all both sides.
Oh, it was the Zoo the Zoo TV tour was like the
They're
one where they had
moving
like all of the like the giant screen with all of like the multiple TVs. Yeah,
Mhm.
Pop was the one where they came out in the lemon. No, wait, because
No. You
lemon.
have it backwards.
Right, because Lemon was... The song Lemon was... No, I swear they came out on Lemon in this one. And because they would do the song Lemon, which was... Whatever. Anyway.
So we're listening to Discotheque?
So, like, you're still getting vibes of Octung Baby here. I think.
Definitely.
It's still got that edge. I don't know what they were drawing from, particularly in Octung Baby, to be honest. But you're still getting that vibe that kind of carried through, and I think the vibe actually carried more over into this album from Octung Baby than it did to Octung Baby to Zooropa, kind of, because
I like it when they occasionally have that little farty sound.
Fart. This is probably their best album opener. It gets straight to the point. It's not preaching to me. It's not a slow build-up sort of thing. It's just here it is. We're doing this. You're either gonna like it or you're not.
No, I like it, but it still is that thing where it's like, isn't this like another version of Zoo Station? Like, I have to have that exciting song at the beginning.
Yeah, Zoo Station, Zooropa, Discotheque. It's all in that same. That's what This is my favorite era. It's half and half my favorite era of U2. I love
Farty noises.
I love early U2, but I love this kind of like dance inflected, edgy pun intended U2. Where
yeah, they really thought people were going to be listening to U2 at a rave somewhere. Because, like, anybody at a rave was going to be going, hey, can you play those old Irish dudes? I can't remember their name, but my parents love them.
Shut up! I was an old lady at raves. Totally, I would have asked for that.
So, like, I'm gonna
remember you dragged me to them.
I'm gonna lower my expectations because I know this album ends up petering out, but it does have some really high moments. I love Discotheque.
It's very high
energy. You just
energy.
said the word discotheque.
It helps me remember that there was a U2 that was like alive and vibrant and still taking really bizarre risks, and they haven't done that for 18 years.
Oh, you're mean.
Wait, I'm not that old. What?
I am that harsh. Let me name the U2 songs that I've really enjoyed since this album. Beautiful Day, the Mole Digging in a Hole song.
The Mole Digging in a Hole? Go this way.
No Line on the Horizon. Let's see if I can get 5 songs that I've liked. I guess City of Blinding Lights, I guess. And that's what's cool, is that it still sounds like the band. Like, you get a sense of the band behind it, but it still also sounds like just kind of a rave electronica song. But it's not just full-on dance music as we know it now.
I like that you still get that the Edge playing the guitar.
Yeah.
I like that you still get that.
Here's Do You Feel Loved.
Do you though?
Sign up for the Willy Wonka $5,000.
Oh, you gotta have a commercial first.
Sons of bitches.
Fuck you, Justin Theroux. Who's this guy who does some actor?
Josh Lucas.
Oh, God. That's all he does anymore is these stupid...
You need to go to Home Depot and buy overpriced shit you can get anywhere else for half the price.
It's a U2 of savings.
Whenever you hear that Home Depot commercial, you always say, can I get that at Menards? Because it'll be half the price.
Avalanche of savings.
Whew. Finally, a song. We got some jangling guitars. Mm-hmm. I'm not against jangling guitars. Mm-hmm. Oh, now the farty synthesizer.
Holocaust of savings. Menards! Farty.
Boom. Boom.
Back. Oh, I forgot to introduce it. This is technically our first repeat episode.
What? Wait, what?
No, I mean, repeat artist. U2. I thought it was going to be Van Halen or Van Hagar, but it ended up being...
Not the same thing.
I mean, it doesn't really count because the first one was just me, but U2 is technically our first
right.
repeat artist.
You're right. That's the Talking Over albums.
Because what everybody says whenever you listen to a Van Hagar album is, but where's the cocaine?
All right, let's pinpoint what became wrong with U2.
On this album?
So people bitch about this, but there are some damn good songs on it. One is Rhythm. It's a little bit more dance-oriented, but at least it still harkens back to Achtung Baby. I think they were still kind of in that flow. Fun, this fun energy. Granted, it's a little more polished, and there's kind of less of the band there. It's more like after-the-fact production trickery. But it's still...
So far, I just feel like, wow, I think you spent one album too long in Berlin recording. Like this, yeah, okay, this is good. It just, why would I listen to this as opposed to Zooropa? Or, that's what I'm thinking right now. It's like, so far, I'm just kind of like, Achtung Baby is better, Zooropa... probably better. I don't know. I'm withholding judgment.
Let's just compare it. Let's just compare this to the second half of U2.
I seriously feel like Achtung Baby is the line, because that's when they started doing this type, changing the music and using more.
It was more aggressive.
That Berlin, what they were looking for was a I'm going to call it a dystopian, industrial type feel. It does feel like there's a factory going on in the background that just happens to be music.
I think you have to switch your comparisons. If you're going to compare this to like everything they did before, then it's all right. I mean, then, yeah, it's going to be the weakest thing up until that point. But it's still only a mild dip in there. Like, they just had a great dance vibe going on where, first and foremost, Bono's lyrics and vocals are not at the centerpiece of most of these songs, which end up being the most annoying point. He's not preaching. And if he is preaching, you can't hear what he's saying. because the dance aspect is taking precedence over it. So it's looking at U2 from a distance. We can tell they're enjoying what they're doing as opposed to what came after it for the most part.
Okay.
Like the gradual downhill decline.
The one thing I can say is if you take it into context of time when it was made, everyone else was trying to make a grunge album because grunge was big for had already been big for a couple of years.
Still kind of fashionable.
So it was like, I don't think there was much left by 96. It was turning very poppy.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
but still in there.
They went their own direction. They stuck with their own.
But it's still in there. 2 years later, you had Madonna's Ray of Light album.
This is such a Euro.
Nobody liked that unless you were just like hardcore. I can't not like something.
This is
love
definitely
that album, and we're gonna do that at some point.
Seriously?
This is definitely
I love it.
This is
It's my
definitely
favorite
not
Madonna
a
album.
love letter to
Here's
America
his mofo.
anymore.
Okay,
I'm just saying this
Somebody's
U2
looking-
album.
Yeah, who
these
produced
no
this album? I
longer.
actually
They are
don't
no
know.
longer. They are no longer saying America is great. They're like out
not
of
a
that
love song to a love ballad to the Americas.
Yeah.
No, this is their love ballad to
I don't think he's going to write a love ballad to America right now.
clubs in
He did.
Croatia.
That was a whole album.
U2
No,
pop.
not right now though.
Who?
Yeah, he just did last year.
What?
Their album is a love letter to America. It's like, get off of your shit, you know, like.
Oh
You're
yeah.
doing it wrong. We used to love you.
Yeah, kinda. Like,
Yeah.
America's great. What are you doing? Flood, Howie B, and Steve Osborne.
I know Steve Osborne. Okay, so they were just grabbing,
Whoever was popular at the time.
producers, and that's the thing is it's really just the first 3 songs on this album. Like the rest of this album is just kind of a semi-boring standard kind of look ahead to what they were going to do, but they had 3 on here where they're like, all right, we want a dance album. And that's kind of cool, where they're like, yeah, just get out of your own way. I think that's what they were good at. They were the best at it, obviously, in Achtung Baby, where it's like, even if you're not just doing a full-on, caveat, this is my 100th Sgt. Pepper's reference. When you use a creative diversion to get out of your own head, I'll just call it the Sgt. Pepper's. Like, that's what they did with Achtung Baby. And that's what they still kind of did with the subsequent 2 albums. But then after that, they were just like, screw it, we're just going to do formulaic U2. We're just going to kind of emulate Joshua Tree for the foreseeable future. We're making exorbitant amounts of money. Our fans don't really care, I guess. They're just going to buy whatever we do. So why should we take any creative risks? And I say, Bono, I love you, but I'm giving the middle finger into the microphone.
I can vouch
I know
for
he can
that.
hear it.
He's definitely giving him the middle finger right on the microphone.
Bono, I love you, but please go live in a ghetto somewhere and
he would tell you that he did once.
Or please just...
He would say, I did that already, and I don't need to do it again, because I remember.
You know what would be cool? Is if U2 did an album where they totally stripped down, where at the edge, he just had a shitty guitar plugged into a shitty amp, drums, a bass, and a microphone.
Welcome to
And
Shitty
it's
Walk.
like, do what you have to do with that. You don't get any delay effects.
You don't get to clean it up later.
You don't get to clean up anything. Just write a
You'll
song.
fix it in post.
Anyway, let me talk about one of my top 5 favorite U2 songs, Lemon. I love lemon.
Why are we listening to this album if you like Lemon?
Lemon.
It's not on here, is it?
No, it's on Zooropa.
Yeah, see?
I love it because they realized we don't have anything to write anymore. Let's just get somebody to do some dance beats. And it's great. because the first 3 songs on this album just sound like... It sounds like Achtung Baby on steroids.
That's the edge right there, though.
Yeah. For me, this is like a statement saying, we put everything we could do into Joshua Tree and Achtung Baby, so screw it. I'm just going to scream into a microphone while some dance producer does a thing. And I'm like, yes!
One of my favorite things is The Edge. His name is The Edge, not Edge. The Edge.
Somebody look up his real name. I actually don't know. I know
The Edge.
I think every time I've looked up U2 on Wikipedia, they just say it's The Edge.
I know Paul Hewison, Gordon Sumner, Paul Hewison. What's Annie Lennox's real name?
Ian Leibowitz.
Annie Leib. Here's If God Will Send His Angels.
Oh, here you go.
Sorry, we should have done Frampton Comes Alive or Tapestry again. And this is where it gets into boring.
You love U2 pop. You love U2 pop.
Whatever, it's too late to escape now.
You can't get out now. I'm gonna talk really moany all the time.
She's in full-on Tapestry.
Don't think, don't breathe.
Boom.
I know they could have popped this up a little bit. It could have been another.
Don't talk, don't disconnect, don't just hopping around.
Just regress.
I take it all back. I hate this album because I always forget this does descend into modern day.
Does it just descend into dirges? I love a good dirge.
That's what they miss.
This is what this is
that sound.
Trying to throw your arms around the world.
Yeah. It's that very.
And we just figured it out.
It's that very specific production style with like the
They phoned it in.
the overly mic'd toms where the bass is kind of gliding over the toms.
Right? Not your fussy boots or your sexy boots.
You want to get on?
Put on your sexy boots.
He says both.
Let's just talk about how context can be really important in life. when you're faced with
your fancy boots.
Your foxy boots.
All right.
Well, he's Irish. Who the knows what he's saying?
I know what he's saying.
Who said that?
I know what he's saying because I have those boots.
All right. Let's just say when
I know you do.
When you're faced with like a perpetual greatness in a band, and then you get a hiccup in it, but then you get like 15 years of that gives you a lot of perspective on the thing you thought was not that great.
Well, everything I'm saying is personal. I'm pretty sure this is one of their best-selling albums of all time, if I remember right.
Oh, I don't know.
Commercially, this was a huge success, if I remember right.
You know why I love this? I'm going to talk about their new album. You know why this is great?
We're doing this just in time. They're going to remix this for a 20th anniversary version.
You know why this is great?
I was 20 years old? Jesus. How old are we?
Well, it was 20 years old 2 years ago.
Because Bono kind of mumbles his way through most of these 2 albums, where he's not at the forefront.
It's not that he's writing bad lyrics.
No.
But it's...
He's not making himself the centerpiece.
Sometimes I like when Bono writes bad lyrics because I think he... Like, I almost feel like he does it on purpose sometimes. Like, he writes things to make you go, what did he just say?
Yeah, but I'm not saying...
That's why I like that Get On Your Boots. So, I
love the Get On Your Boots. I like that, and it's weird that I like it.
Staring at the sun.
It's just really not my thing. I also enjoy R.E.M. Michael Stipe, way outside my normal, wheelhouse musically.
God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Stipe is also a words with pictures with words kind of guy. He's all about metaphors and shit. I hate metaphors.
Like we were talking about earlier, when you're good at painting a picture with words, you don't have to tell a story sometimes. But
Staring at the sun. This is where the album starts to get into where they're like, oh crap, we have to kind of actually be a band again.
I
And then they
can't
got
just have
bored.
some guy make some electronica for us.
This is
I
where,
think I've heard this on an elevator somewhere.
yeah, because this could have been on any U2 album after this. Oh god,
Wait a minute. This already sounds like something they've already done.
yeah, because it sounds like everything they
Okay.
did after this album.
It's all that you can't leave behind.
Yeah. Like
And
this literally could have been on All That You Can't Leave Behind.
Or any of them, really.
It's that same like twangy guitar sound, like the wow. You can tell when a band is leaning forward and they're having fun. You can just tell when someone's having fun, and you can tell when somebody's in autopilot. And that's this and almost everything they did.
That's what I was trying to say before. I was waiting for you to finish. I was like, this feels like.
This is autopilot.
This is like U2 phoning it in, and it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Like most people can't even come up with this. Like,
No,
like this
I
is
know.
like this is still U2 phoning it in, like going, oh, I could do this. I could do this standing on my head. I could do this while I'm feeding a kid a bottle at the kitchen table or whatever.
I'm kind of having a thought. I'm not saying they're totally DOA after this album.
I love U2 declarative songs. When we were listening to Discotheque, I kind of liked it. I've heard it before, and I was like, I kind of like it. I love some of those songs.
And you know what? Compared to most of what they've done since, I love this because he's not just obviously telling me to do something or that I should believe in something or that I should be happy or some shit.
Actually, I was going to say, they found the rhythm of songs, and it's kind of annoying in a way if you figure it out, because everything that comes after this, you just go, oh, you did the same thing over and over again for 10 albums.
Last Night on Earth.
I know it annoys you, but one of my favorite songs artistically is Vertigo. I love Vertigo. I've heard it live. I love it. And I can listen to it over and over and over again. It's sonically perfect. It's so exactly what it's supposed to be.
This one's got a great bass line. Last Night on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he does. He's giving me the weasel.
Hello, yeah.
Don't try to wheeze the weasel.
I named my wiener Vertigo. Yeah, this song has a great groove to it.
I know.
Like a great late
It's really funny.
groove.
He doesn't really like you too. He wants to like you review him all the time, but he doesn't really like them. You gotta throw away the shit that you don't like and just accept the stuff that you do like. And one of the
There's always going to be something that resonates.
I like their things that harken back to their roots.
You gotta give it away. This is an underrated U2 song right here. Love Last Night on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
No. I love everything U2
It still
did up
sounds like
until this.
Blinding Lights from the Atomic Bomb. It's like they have a formula they've come
That's
up
what I'm
with.
saying. They just stuck to a formula from this moment onward.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why? Come on. People are going to come to your concerts regardless. So why are you sticking to a formula? Just keep doing what you want to do.
I feel like everybody does that, though, don't you? I mean...
I get it that creativity takes a lot of work, but, like...
They can afford to take a little more time with their album.
Let young people take risks. I have to employ hundreds of people. I have to do what people like.
So I'm trying to think of, like, what was U2's truly last great song? You don't know where you just know.
Yeah, it's hard to do when you're listening to another song, isn't it? It was like when you're sitting at the bar and somebody said, "What's that song?" And you're like, how the hell would I know? I have a completely different song in my head right now.
Hold Me Through Only Kiss Me, which I think was like a Achtung Baby B-side, which ended up on the Batman Forever soundtrack.
That sounds right. Okay.
That was.
I was gonna say it wasn't on Achtung Baby.
I think that was like their last truly great song.
You gotta give it away. What's he talking about? What are you giving away?
Yeah, see, this is where you're getting into like pretty milquetoast.
You gotta give it away. What am I giving away? You gotta give it away. What am I giving away?
But at least it's catchy. But at least it's kind of catchy. It's boring, but this is where the album...
Where did we get to Miami? That was the one that I vaguely remember just listening to one time when it was I was at a party and it was playing like a video playing on TV, and I was like, oh, he did the all the way. They went all the way back to the Unforgettable Fire. It was like this totally could have been an Unforgettable Fire.
It sounds good in my ear holes. It's something you could fall asleep to.
Oh, I like the way this song starts out.
These are not great songs. None of them. Uh-oh. Are you having a tapestry?
I'm fine. I'm laughing. I'm listening and
okay,
I'm laughing.
So there's
You'll hear it in post.
There's some... These are not amazing songs, but they sound great. And I don't know what that difference is.
I think that
anyway, here's Gone.
I think you're enjoying this because of where you were at the time when you heard it or something.
It's a good soundscape. Like, these songs don't stand on their own. It's a great soundscape.
Somebody spent a lot of money.
I totally agree with you about that. Yeah.
Somebody spent a lot of money making a soundscape. That's a great word to use.
And let me just say, this is 550,000% better than U2's last 3 albums.
Wait a minute. What are those albums?
Don't make him name them. He can't name them.
Songs of Innocence, Songs of Experience, and No Line on the Horizon.
Okay.
No Line on the Horizon was like 10 years ago.
Precious! I will take a picture of the Precious.
Toronto's great, but she doesn't have enough money to stay there. I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry. This album is boring as f***. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? You, Roger Miller.
Whoever can name all...
King of the Road, right? Right, Ziggy? You like King of the Road?
Whoever can name all of the members of U2 gets 1,000 points.
Ziggy's over there dreaming about trailers.
Bono.
Sailor Rent.
Michael Clayton. I know there's a Clayton. There's like Jimmy Clayton or Johnny Clayton.
You mean George Clooney? The Ziglet.
This is so boring. I hate U2.
This is not their best work right here, this particular song.
Chris had a rough day today.
Nobody
holds it against you.
Well, I had the opposite expectation where I thought after like song 5 it just went into like more basic U2 instrumental bullshit. Like the rest after song 5 it just sounded like everything on All You Can't Leave Behind. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know it still kind of maintained this kind of dancey vibe. And like Miami is like that too. So
it's I'm telling you, there's this weird...
It's a great going to sleep album.
They still have that Berlin Achtung Baby thing going on.
Sweet Ziglet.
He's not Louis, but he'll do in a pinch.
We should have done...
Nope, there it is.
What's Up by 4 Non-Blinds.
Yeah, we're listening to Miami right now?
Yeah, this is Miami.
This was like a hit or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. Hey everybody, this is the first time where I'm actually enjoying an album better the second way through. Yeah, it's always best when Bono is way at the back of the auditorium. Where's the non-filler bell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
This is one of the rare times when something's exceeding my expectations.
Whoa.
We have a cowbell somewhere, but I can't find it.
I mean, this is boring, but at least it's, like, artistically boring. But I think this gets on too much. I'm sorry, this is great. It's like, there is good, like, shut off your brain music.
Yep, this sounds like something you could listen to while you're doing some work on a computer at a desk somewhere. That's fine. That was the one that was a big hit, I remember.
Where's the Vapor Rub? That's something I've noticed. I've not had... We've gone 2 episodes without my Vapor rubbing.
Mm-hmm. What?
Samurai Cop? Oh, no. The Dave Matthews Band has an album called Samurai Cop.
Mm-hmm.
What the f*** does that even mean? Where's the Vapor Rub?
We're working on it. I had a whole poison ivy situation, and I was trying to vapor rub it away. It didn't work. For all those out there who are listening for poison ivy tips.
This album's boring as
If you tuned in looking for poison ivy tips, this is not going to be helpful. Vapor rub is not helpful if you rub it on your poison ivy.
I'm sorry, I have a horrible taste in music. Tune in next week. Our non-subscribers. Next week will be Dave Matthews Band.
Wait, my dad might subscribe now. I told him about it tonight.
Crash into me.
My dad did not ask, what's a podcast?
I don't know.
Lemon.
Ziggy, why do you look so sad? Stop it.
One of you guys have to know somebody who has a YouTube account. Please just get on it and...
Dude,
Really?
Nancy, call someone.
Yeah. But I'm trying to stay positive. Oh god, this album's horrible.
I'm trying to throw my arms around the world.
Oh boy.
Holy crap, you're right.
Yeah.
This is the Playboy Mansion, aka trying to throw your arms around the world. Wanna
Run to you, run to you, run to you.
Holy sh**. There was another one in there too.
Woman,
I don't know why nobody listens to me until you actually listen to it.
I'm listening to you.
I hate you too, and I hate this podcast.
What other album would you like me to ruin for you?
Okay, we'll start the beginning of the end, but this is actually a really coherent album. It just keeps getting more boring.
All right.
That's why I like doing this podcast.
I have a thought. I'm gonna get it out while I still have all of it.
Duh.
0.4 Achtung babies.
Ooh.
Because for me, I know a lot of people my age, Joshua Tree is the album to judge all U2 albums by, but that's not me. I didn't give a shit about that album. Sorry, all you people my age, but I don't care. Achtung Baby was my album, so this is like half as good as that. I'm giving it 0.4 Achtung Babies. This was interesting. It had a little...
We still have 3 songs.
And Chris went to bed.
I have no idea.
This is the new Tapestry.
Oh. Be careful with that. Ziggy's totally going to hump you if you do that 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, Chris has already given a review. She's over it.
I thought we were doing reviews. Were we not doing that?
My review is, I'm sorry.
Yeah, by the end you're going to kill yourself.
Ziggy's trying to make himself a bed.
This is If You Wear That Velvet Dress. Tapestry.
No.
Tapestry.
No. Quit throwing that out like it's a thing. It is not okay.
Tapestry.
It's not okay.
Tapestry.
Jason.
Tapestry.
It's like a new measurement.
Tapestry.
Almost final thoughts on whatever album we were just listening. Tell me your near final thoughts.
I can't take it.
You, my friend, are a YouTube fan.
I love everything from the 80s. No problem, no problem, no problem. I even love Rattle and Hum, and everybody gives me shit about that. I love
no
it.
shit about that. That's a
love
great
that album. I love Achtung Baby when they changed their whole sound. This just sounds like a boring version of Achtung Baby to me.
It feels like they were going for Achtung Baby and they got tired.
Yeah. Now I kind of want to listen to Zooropa and see if I hate that even more.
No.
Like,
I want to see if I hate it.
If you'd like to hear a band falling asleep during an album,
That they're recording.
apparently that's pop. Well, my side. And you stop using the word caveat. I don't even think I know what that means. Anyway, my side toot.
Sidebar.
My sidebar is it's boring, but at least I can fall asleep to this.
it's self-indulgent sleepy time music.
You know what? The next time I go to bed and there's no Law and Order on, I'm putting this on.
Anything that can put me to sleep. Like, thank you, Jesus. Why will this album not? Anyway, here's Wake Up Dead Man.
Right.
So,
Are they going to do anything to wake us up?
no,
Probably not. Because we don't want to bother other people that have fallen asleep listening to this.
no, I don't care. It's over. All right, last thoughts.
Very forgettable.
Done.
Cool.
And we're out. It's not as exciting as the word pop makes it sound.
Seriously.
Yeah, it just takes it doesn't jump off of a pier.
No.
It just walks slowly into the ocean and drowns.
Yeah. Join in for episode 21, which will be the last.
Are we doing a podcast?
I'm trying to stay positive. Oh god, this album's horrible.
Yeah.
This is the new Tapestry.
Oh.